This beautiful little Schnauzer puppy is Charlie. And today, Charlie is going to be groomed in preparation for his gotcha day. So I've been talking with Charlie's mom about the style that she would like for him. And at one point she said, put him in a traditional Schnauzer cut. And then she got to thinking, wait a minute, she lives in Chicago and it's a cold place there. So having him in a traditional Schnauzer cut this time of year, if he's going outside a lot, would probably not be the best idea. But oh my goodness, isn't he cute as a teddy bear? So this is Charlie's before. And we'll show you step by step what we're doing with this puppy to groom him based on what Susan is asking for. Oh my goodness, he's so cute. I'm trying so hard to get a really good photo of him, a perfect before photo, if you will. And he just moves so fast that it is really hard to get that perfect before photo that shows you what he really looks like and how much of a teddy bear he really is at this stage. So I gave up and decided to do a video so that you can really see exactly what this teddy bear Schnauzer looks like this morning. Charlie is 16 weeks old. Yes, you are, Charlie. You're 16 weeks old. I know. Yes. This is Burberry, Daisy, and Franklin. But today is Charlie's day. Yes, Charlie. We have done the pre-bathe brush and comb out. Charlie is all ready. And frankly, Charlie did not have any mats at all. To my knowledge, Charlie has never had a mat in his coat. And one of the things I love about puppy coats like this is they tend not to mat. But now that we are going to be grooming him, it will really be a requirement that he be combed and brushed every day, because once you start cutting this hair, then it lays in different ways, and you got to make sure that you're staying right on top of it. Of course, we always have. We've combed him every day for a very long time. See, I'm 16 weeks old. I've been being combed since well before 8 weeks old. Yeah, I've got us all set up here in the area where we bathe our puppies. So warm water running, ready to go. I've got my shampoos, conditioners mixed, my ear cleaner all ready, and I've got a puppy who's ready. Yes! And now that Charlie is all wet, you can see just how gold he looks. Yes, golden boy here. Here's Charlie all lathered up, and I will leave the shampoo on him for about 5 minutes. And the ear cleaner in the ears. Yes, all is well. Charlie's doing a great job. The soap is now thoroughly rinsed off of him, and I'm adding conditioner, which is also going to sit on him for at least 5 minutes. Charlie, you've done such a great job. You're all shampooed and conditioned and rinsed, and the puppies have been playing out there, running by, and Charlie could see, but he was still such a good boy. The puppy play that has been going on for Charlie to witness is just an example of impulse control on Charlie's part. You've probably heard me say this a lot. When you're toweling a dog, don't rub back and forth like this. Instead, towel down the way the hair grows. But don't go back and forth, otherwise you'll cause mats. Charlie has no mats, and I want to keep it that way. So here's what he looks like out of the bath, and with me just doing the toweling, going like this. He's doing great. You can also see how pretty his coat is. It's got a really lovely golden color to it. Not sure that's coming through completely in the coloring here in the video, but he sure does like looking at himself. Now we're ready for the dryer. And today I will be using my Force air dryer. Charlie has had this professional grooming dryer used on him several times before. And so I know that this will go well for him. When I turn on the dryer, I click it to the left onto low, and then I start with the back feet, and I often let them lift their paws up onto my shoulders so that it looks like this when we first begin. I'd say we're about halfway through now. Most of his bottom has been done, and so you can see when I hold his, when I hold him up like this, you can see that the bottom half of him is done and the top half is yet to do. And so I like to do the top part last. This is what the hug looks like as I dry the lower part of a puppy's body. So they can just pop themselves right up on my shoulder, and then I can use both hands. Obviously right now I'm holding the camera so you can see, but if I were holding the dryer, it would be holding the dryer like this, and then also able to pet him and hold him as I do. So I want to make it as comfortable as possible for my puppies. So here's what it looks like as I have been drying Charlie. Now it's time to get to the front of him here, and I'll go slowly just to help him. Oh, he's so funny. He loves to look at himself, don't you? What a beautiful boy you are. And freshly cleaned and dried. And oh, he's so luxurious. This coat just, yes, you are. He likes this position right here. Once he learned about this over my shoulder kind of position, I think he's decided this is his favorite way of getting groomed. And we always love to find what our dogs like, so since he likes this, that's just fine with me. Yeah, that's good, Charlie. All right, so what happens next? Well, Anne arrives in a little while, and Anne will take over with grooming. Thought you might enjoy seeing these little 6 and 7 week old Schnauzer puppies. So you recognize them. This is Snoopy. This is Letty. This is Holly. That is Golden Star and Sierra. And Sienna is over there napping by herself. Hey, Sienna. Hello. Hello. And here's our little Miss Holly. And hello, good morning. Yeah, yeah. Hi, Snoopy. Hi, Letty. What a pretty girl you are, Letty. Every moment we are charmed by these puppies. Oh my goodness, how funny is this? Yes, you are charming, and we just love you so much. Hi, Snoopy. Hello, cutie pie. So Anne, when I dried him earlier today, he spent a lot of time in this position as I was doing the drying. He really likes that. And this little guy, Charlie, his mom wants him in a long teddy bear. She lives in Chicago, and you know, if he's going to be outside in very cold weather, the nicest thing is for him to be in a long teddy bear. Anne always starts with the pads of the feet, and so that's what she's going to start with now. Notice how Anne has Charlie so that his head is under her arm. And this works really well for her to be able to get at the pads of his feet. You can see her there in the mirror, and you can see if you have someone helping you, that person might be here interacting with the puppy's head while the clippers are being used on the pads of the feet. Anne is also using this same position to do the front pads, as you can see here in the mirror. After paw pads, sanitary trim. Even though he's been bathed, brushed, combed many times, Anne is still running a comb through him just to make sure that as she starts the scissor work, that it's even. Now Anna's starting on his head. So the head teddy bear cut for a Schnauzer puppy is about to emerge.
Do you approve?
Isn't he adorable?
He's so adorable.
The right thing to do with little puppies is to expose them to all the grooming tools way before they're 16 weeks old. He is 16 weeks old and he has had a lot of exposure to grooming tools. But even so, it takes skill, it takes focus, it takes sometimes more than 2 sets of hands. But I will tell you this, most of the time I'm not here, and most of the time Anne is doing it all by herself, and with her 2 hands, she is able to do such a fabulous job of grooming these little puppies. When Charlie was a tiny little puppy, he had a white heart-shaped tuft on the top of his head. And you can see that it is sort of still there, that little white tuft. If we were to shave him down, if we were to put him in a traditional Schnauzer, that little white tuft would be gone. So I had to make sure that his mom knew that that little white tuft wasn't always going to be there.
Now wait. Now wait. Now wait. Oh, good boy, yes.
Look at this adorable little teddy bear. Anne, thank you so much for what you've done for him. He just looks so cute. Look at you.
Puppy.
Anne, isn't she a doll?
She's so pretty.
We just love this girl. So we are going to be keeping her in a teddy bear cut for a little while too. We have her, photos of her, videos of her in a traditional Schnauzer as well as in a teddy bear. And so what I wanted to do in this video is show you 2 different ways of approaching the teddy bear cut. And so Anne will do this. Honeybee has already been bathed and she's ready for this groom. So now I'm going to show you step by step what Anne does. But notice Anne is starting with a really good brush out. Some people would say that Honeybee really doesn't need a grooming right now, and I would agree with that. Her back, her legs, so forth, but her face does really need it. And so, again, if you're an at-home groomer and you're wanting to keep your little puppy in a Schnauzer cut, what we're going to do today is going to show you step by step how to approach this grooming style. Correction to what I just said. It's not a Schnauzer clip that we are putting this Schnauzer into. It is a teddy bear cut that we are putting this Schnauzer into. Anne always starts with cleaning out the bottoms of the feet. And you see here how she's holding the clippers in order to get in between the pads of the feet. We want our dogs walking on their pads, not on hair. Next is the sanitary trim. For the foot pads, Anne used this wall bravura. Am I saying it right, Anne? Bravura clipper. And on the foot pads, she used a 30, and on the sanitary area, she used a 10. Anne is using our wall KM, and she's snapping on a guard comb. And that would be a 30 blade, right?
It's a 30 blade with an A.
A 30 blade with an A snap-on comb. Anne was just saying to me, it's very important that you go in this direction.
You have an armpit fold right here, and you've got the groin fold. So you want to make sure you hold the groin hold when you're doing it in this direction. If you were to go this way, you could catch the fold, and that would be bad. I like going against the grain with the snap-on combs. I like the finish that I get when I do that. And we're just doing a light clipping on the body because she's in really, really good shape.
This just turns her into an adorable little teddy bear style with a short coat. She doesn't really go outside. So the fact that her coat is a little shorter for the winter isn't such a problem. But if she were going outside, I certainly wouldn't do any shorter than this in super cold weather. Puppy is playing with a squeaky toy. Let's see who it is. We could hear the squeaky toy going on in the grooming area, and I'm guessing it was Franklin playing with one of his little piggy squeaky toys. Yep, I think I was right. Franklin, were you playing with one of your little squeaky toys? Oh, Charlie, you say it was you playing with the squeaky toy. Hi, Franklin. Hi, cutie patootie. Ann was just saying, even though she's run the clippers over her whole body, it really doesn't look like Ann has done anything. In other words, we're just keeping it maintained. Now, Ann uses the straight scissors to go around the bottom of the feet. I tend to use the curved shears myself, but we all have different styles, which is why it's so important to just play with and find what works best for you. Ann was just telling me the reason she uses the straight shears is because that's what she learned with. Perhaps had she learned with the curved ones like I did, then that would be what she uses. Highly recommend this brand, Kinchii. This is the Amy Lee Sapphire set of shears. And if you want to do your own grooming, I highly recommend this set of shears. We use these constantly. Ann does beautiful scissor work. I tend not to do this kind of scissor work after I've done the clipper, but it certainly does add that professional touch. But if you're looking to save time and you don't necessarily need this level of precision, that's okay too. It's really about what you enjoy. I think it's fair to say that Ann's work is artistry. It's the level of professionalism that turns into being a work of art. And again, for some people, that level of creativity that comes out in this can be really fun. So whether you're an at-home groomer who's wanting to know how to groom your dog in this teddy bear style and you're learning, let yourself play with it. Let yourself be creative. Make it fun for you and your dog. Ann really gets into it, and it becomes somewhat of a meditation for her. Ann just mentioned something that I have never, ever heard any other groomer say, and that is that Ann, waits to do the nails until after she's done with all this scissoring work, because when the nails are on the longer side, she knows that it's less likely that the scissoring work is going to cut the dog's paws. The way that I do it is I tend to lift one paw up so that the puppy, the dog, is standing on the one paw that I am grooming, and then I stay far enough away from the pad, the foot itself, that I know I'm not going to get in there. If I had to do a teddy bear cut that was really super tight against the foot, I would call Anne instead of doing it myself. Notice where Anne's hands are. So one hand is underneath the thigh, and then the other one is using the scissors. So she's holding Honeybee in place, Honeybee, who's watching herself in the mirror, in place.
But I'm also protecting her private area so that I don't cut her.
All right.
Hard time keeping one foot on the floor. I'll lift the other one to compose them to have to stand.
Franklin's playing with his little squeaky pigs.
Okay, Honeybee. Now I'll use the curve. Wait, Honeybee. Tired. It's exhausting being beautiful.
Oh my goodness, look at how cute. What a great job, Anne. Thank you for showing us step by step how to turn this little schnauzer into a teddy bear.
Oh boy.
Everybody has to check him out now. Yeah. This is typical puppy play. Look at these two little teddy bear schnauzers together now. Aren't they adorable? Thank you, Anne.
You're welcome.
Schnauzers playing. Always a fun sight for me. And for those of you who love the traditional schnauzer cut, there you go. Dazzle's sporting it beautifully. Honeybee. Honeybee says, I've got the teddy bear thing going on. And Dazzle says, I got the traditional schnauzer. I am so blessed to have you in my life because most people don't have access to a groomer of your quality. You know, I've seen people buy puppies in areas of the state, Pennsylvania, or even the country, who just don't have access to someone who has your level of artistry and craft. So thank you so much for being here and working with my doggies. And I'm sorry that you're in a shadow. I'm trying to find a spot where you're not in a shadow.
Thank you, Sean.
Yeah, you deserve to be in the spotlight, Anne.
Thank you.